Now, in addition to those 12 modules, I'm going to be offering you 4 additional classes. They're like bonus classes, as well as the more formal training we're going to provide. And these are going to be in 4 very important topics. The first, which is perhaps, I would say, the most essential, is how to anticipate and handle resistance. It's all very well for you to think, great, I'm going to launch a coaching business, it's going to be great, I'm going to get all these clients. But it's important to recognize that just as there's this part of you who wants to do all that and feels all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, so there's another part of you who says no, who's terrified, who has judgments about it, who has beliefs that nobody would listen to me. So just as we have a part that's enthusiastic, we have another part which easily goes into resistance. It's important to understand the mechanics of resistance, how it works, why it's there, and how to deal with it in an effective way. So I'm going to work with you on that, specifically around your marketing goals and your interest in reaching more clients. I'm going to work with you on that to show you how we can easily anticipate and then overcome resistance. Not so that it goes away completely, I think that would be unrealistic, but then when the voice of resistance comes, you know how to be present with it, not to let it sway you, but to move through what you want to accomplish anyway. The second bonus class is about money. And it's a confusing topic for many people. It's confusing because, I would say, money doesn't really exist. It's something made up by the human mind. Other animals don't have money. We're the only mammals or the only creatures on the planet who deal with money. And initially it was invented as a way for us to be able to exchange goods and services, which made it quite logical. But of course it's developed into this incredibly complex system which no one can really understand, and which allows certain people to accumulate massive amounts of money and most people not have very much at all. And because it's so confusing and difficult to understand the system, many of us feel, I just don't want to deal with it. And I kind of support you in that. I support you in wanting to not deal with money. I don't want to deal with money myself. But the way to not deal with it is to have an attitude around it which is free of attachment to greed or fear. When you have no stickiness on it either way, you can actually focus on giving your gift and money takes care of itself. So what I'd like for you to be able to do is to dissolve your contractions around money so that you can focus on really serving people, knowing that money's not an issue for you, money's not a problem, it's handled, it's taken care of. The third of these extra classes is about creativity, which obviously is something that I don't have a lot of challenge with myself. I'm really qualified to help you with that. By working on creativity, I mean, I want you to be able to wake up every morning with something new and fresh to say, that you're excited to get it out into a blog or onto video, that you feel bubbly with new things to share with the world. So I'm going to share with you actually 5 tips on how to enhance your creativity in a way that you can rely upon new and fresh ideas to share with people. The last of these extra classes is about relationships. It's about networking. Many people who are successful in the world say that the greatest key to you being successful is the people you know. If you can nourish, nurture, value your relationships, you can support other people in what they want to give into the world and they can support you. It's so much easier to be successful in this way through collaboration than it is through trying to do things alone. So the last of these classes will be for us to examine together what are your relationships, who are the people you know well, who are your colleagues, and how can you support each other to work collaboratively to give the gift you were born to give, to live a fulfilling life and to not have to worry about money.